Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Laymen Daily Show. Do you know how long I've wanted to use some stupid concept photo in a thumbnail? Okay, if you guys have watched previous episodes, I did do a segment many weeks ago on how ridiculous these concepts are. But today was the day that I finally got to use one of these ridiculous, stupid concepts in the thumb. You got to do it. You got to do it at least once, right? I know I do. Today we got a hell of a lot of news, reviews, and discussions. We've got some trailers to watch, that's for sure. We've got the Mortal Kombat trailer. We've got some news about Xbox and their plans for 2028, detailed in the CMA report. We've got other news, another trailer. We've got the AI game today. Who's up for the AI game? That's right. I'm very excited for the AI game. This is going to be a big, robust show for everyone today. Okay. Ayo, says Dickie. Good to see you, man. Let's get to it, guys. I'm very excited to go live with you and talk about a lot of stuff. All right. How's everyone in the chat today? I hope everyone's doing wonderful, because I'm doing wonderful, and if I'm doing wonderful, hopefully you're doing wonderful. Okay. Secret Narrator Music says the prize face is always a nice touch. That's the thing about a thumb now, right? I'm gonna show you how the sausage is made. You got to have the thumb going like this, right? You got to have the ridiculous concept, the utterly ridiculous Xbox or PlayStation concept, and it brings people in. It's fantastic. But we do have some actual news today in terms of what the plans are for Xbox in their upcoming gen. But before we get there, guys, I've got to show you the utter nonsense that I was looking through for the thumb. I mean, this is the one that I picked, right? But then there's also this. We could have gone with this. I mean, this one. I mean, this looks like a device that would work, and if you dropped it, it wouldn't break in one drop. There's what else? There's this one, the Xbox Switch, which could be pretty popular. I'm just gonna throw it out there. That's pretty popular. The Xbox 2, I don't know what that is. It just looks like an Xbox Series X with like a little weird thing on the top. And the list goes on. The list goes on of just utter nonsense. But Nathan says, the world's greatest daily show, LAMON, GAMON. I appreciate you, man. So good to have you here, and so good to have everyone here. And anyone that's just joined, we are going to be doing the AI game today. I've got a good one today for you guys. I've got a good one for you today. But let's move on to the main news. CMA has acknowledged the Microsoft's next-gen Xbox consoles. UK Commission regulators at the Competition and Markets Authority, the CMA, have been informed about Microsoft's next-generation Xbox hardware, the agency final report indicates. So it says here, the CMA's final decision report on the Microsoft Activision merger is filled with a lot of interesting information, such as that they're not going to allow it. That's pretty interesting. In a section outlining the future of the cloud gaming market, the CMA asserts that it has seen Microsoft's internal discussions about new Xbox console hardware. Now, it says here that they actually started talking about this or mentioning this as early as September 2022. So they want to get the ball rolling. Okay, it's going strength to strength, Xbox. They want to get the ball rolling. They want to get in before Sony, of course. They want to make sure that they continue to rise to the top of the mountain. Okay? That's what it's all about. In a 111-page response to the CMA's issued statement, Microsoft also has outlined a possible 2028 release window for new next-gen consoles. That's interesting. Of course, we did see 2020 as well. At the end of 2020 was the release of Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, and that kind of falls into the normal 7 or 8 year life cycle for any given console. It continues, these new Xbox consoles will be part of Microsoft's Universal App Storefront, a new ambitious cross-ecosystem plan that will attempt to merge consoles, PCs, and mobile devices in one cohesive framework. Exact details about this platform remain unknown. And what's interesting here is, as you guys have probably seen from all the hardcore fans that watch the Daily Show, I have definitely speculated that we may not see the next generation, right? They may continuously see that Xbox's ability to compete in the future is very much going to be coupled with being on as many platforms as possible, offering as many services as possible, and just trying to compete in a way that allows the player to play any game, third party or first party, in many different ecosystems, right? or many different platforms, PC, mobile, on their Xbox, or just on cloud gaming, Game Pass. Like, there's so many things that they're trying to offer. And that makes sense that they're going down this whole universal app storefront, right? So it sounds like the future of Xbox is absolutely going to be doubling down of what they're currently doing, which is don't come here just for the Xbox console. Come to Xbox for the multifaceted offering that we have. And that's a good idea, you know, because that's the one thing I think that Xbox is doing better than anybody else, right? You want to play a first-party game? You want to play Halo Infinite? All right? Come on down, play it on mobile in terms of streaming, play it on Game Pass, play it on the console, play it on PC. There's so many different ways in which that they can compete in the way that it's so easy for multiple multiple places that you can play the first party games. Let me just turn off this aircon. It's getting a bit hot in here. Hot and sweaty from all this news. Whew. So I think that's interesting, right? And that kind of, what I thought was interesting here also is, regardless of where Xbox is at, it seems like they're quite determined. Now, things can change in the next 6 years or 5 years or so, right? Things can change. They may, you know, drastically change what their initial projection of their plans was, right? We may still see a world where Xbox doesn't really feel like they're going to be competing in the console space, in the console war. And they want to be able to just kind of spread out their wings and be on as many platforms as possible, right? We may see a future where Xbox is like, hey, we're the first console to bow out of this. And the next console, I speculated, could be that first time, right? It could be that moment where they say, you know what, we're just not really going to play ball here. We're really going to double down on the offerings that we have. But it seems like they are going to be, from this report, we are expecting an Xbox 720, an Xbox Series X, YZ. What's it going to be? I mean, the names are getting more and more ridiculous. They really are. An Xbox Series Infinite 2.0 Super Mega Plus. I mean, who knows what the fuck things is going to be called. It's going to be ridiculous as always. There's going to be an alphabet soup. All right, do you guys know that if you read the dictionary, every other word is just a remix? Thank you very much. Appreciate you. But that's interesting. I thought I definitely wanted to lead with that story because it is big news to see that Xbox is definitely unveiling their plans. They clearly had to with the CMA to try and make their argument as robust as possible, to talk about different facets of the business, and they need to present as much information, as much accurate information as possible to the CMA. But it didn't work, and they still got denied. As we all know, the lengthy legal process is going to continue for many months. Xbox has Lord Panic. Sounds like a Dark Souls boss, doesn't it? Like you walk into like the haze. Na, 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 na. Lord Panic, man, he's a hard boss. Okay. But CMA is geared up. They have 67% crit. All right. They do win 67% of the time. So they have a pretty good chance here. Absolutely. Retrograde. Hi, Sam. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you from Twitch. Dickie says, call it Xbox 2028. Call it something. All right. Maybe just call it Xbox third place. Oh, boom. Who knows? Just be honest about the name, you know. 720 was kind of where it's at. I thought that's what they should have done. It's not too late to do the whole 720 thing. I think people would absolutely jump on board for that. Absolutely. Got a new member, Dickie. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for becoming a member. Love you, appreciate you, man. So that is interesting, guys. So watch this space for the next 5 years. That we are going to be seeing some sort of Xbox. God knows what the name's going to be. Maybe betting sites will just show, like, do you think the name's going to be 40 characters or smaller? I would definitely bet that if they're going to go Xbox Series X, it's kind of like Street Fighter games, EX2 Plus. You know, are we going to see like a literal like Xbox EX2 Plus Super Duper? Too much. See, PlayStation. We understand now the reason why they're so successful. It's not because of their exclusive games. Not because they're very premium product that we've known to expect now from all their AAA big first-party titles. It's because the name is simple. If I walked in and I was trying to buy something for little Jimmy, I don't have a son, but if I ever had a son, then he was like, Daddy, I want to buy an Xbox Series X Super Duper. And I was like a boomer. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Do you have a PlayStation? Yeah, we got the 5. Oh, okay. Is that better than the previous one? Well, the previous one was called 4. Oh, I'll buy the 5 then. That's the better one. if I walked in after the 360 and they were like, "Do you want to buy a new console, sir?" "Yeah, I do. What's the latest one?" The Xbox One, but the other one's called Xbox 360. I'll get the Xbox 360. That's the new one. That's the better one, right? Yeah, I'll get that one for little Timmy. The names are ridiculous. Okay. Lennon says Xbox dug themselves when they started naming it 360 and One. Absolutely. It's just it's like a puzzle. It feels like a Zelda puzzle. It's like figure out which one is the new one, you know. CJ reboot question mark. They're not done with the current saga. No. We're going to be seeing this for at least the next 5 years. J Dab says, I hope Starfield is good. We all hope Starfield is good. It's great to meme on it. It's great for a thumbnail. But ultimately, we want to see Xbox, continue to compete. Go strength to strength against Jim Ryan and his goons. In other news, a very cool trailer. Okay, now I was wondering what this Mortal Kombat was going to be. I'm surprised that they didn't do this in more the whole E3 week. But they obviously just wanted to clear the way and have their own moment to shine. Ed Boon and Warner Brothers and NetherRealm Studios, right? So this is the new trailer for Mortal Kombat 1. It's gory as hell.
It is time. Time to wake up.
New Raiden?
To a new reality. To a blank canvas that I have painted in with warmth and peace.
Was that Kung Lao?
A new era. The choice is yours. Whether to live.
Wait, is that Kung Lao?
Serenity.
Kung Lao versus Kung Lao.
Bloody strife. To dwell in joyous prosperity. Or bitter rivalry.
Still very COVID conscious, clearly.
You can face each
Want to wear the mask?
as sworn enemies. Or united as brothers. But a storm is brewing. And soon you will discover that even in this new era, one constant remains. There is always something worth fighting for.
Holy shit!
You have chosen to defy peace. Then you have chosen war with a god.
Oh, hell yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. All right. So, you know how we play the AI game? We also play the demonetized game now. Right? We show things. We figure out if it's going to get demonetized. I would put very high that this shit here is going to get demonetized the hell out of it. It's gone now. I don't know what's going on here. There it is. Yeah, that's just going to get demonetized. I'll show it again just to increase the chances of demonetization. But, man, very excited for that. Another game that's gone back to the one. Little Jimmy walks in. Oh, no, but I want to buy Mortal Kombat, the latest Mortal Kombat. Oh, yeah, what's the latest Mortal Kombat? 1. Oh, but the previous one was called 11. I'll get the 11 one. That's the new one. Who knows if that shit's going to happen with the uninformed boomer. Trying to buy Little Jimmy something. But, look, I think that looks cool. I think it's time for a revamp. I think it's time. I mean, Final Fantasy could have done the same thing. Going into the 12, 13, 14 Mortal Kombat, it's nice to go back. Now, I originally thought when we did see that original clock thing from Ed Boon that we would see a remake. We would see a remake of Mortal Kombat, but we are not seeing. I don't think we're seeing a remake here. I think this is a new franchise. a new beginning, a new way that they can kind of have a clean slate and start it all from the beginning. Jeff Keighley, Mortal Kombat 1 comes out on September 19, so it's not too far away actually. That's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see this. I'll definitely play it. I think I've played all the Mortal Kombats. I've played all the major Mortal Kombats at least. I've definitely played the major Mortal Kombats. I've seen them make all sorts of changes, and I remember when they went to 3D for a while. Was that Mortal Kombat 4? I think Deception also was 3D. You know, like you could move around the level and shit. Yeah, bad idea. The only ones that could do that was Soul Calibur and Tekken. Everything else is stay 2D, all right? Stay in your lane, pal. Glad that they went back to the 2D. 3D, yeah. The previous ones were 3D, and then the latest ones was 2D. So stay in your lane. That's what we want. Okay, now this is another thing I saw confirmed with a K. Mortal Kombat 1 is an assistant-based game. You pick your main character, and then you pick a separate cameo fighter that will act as your assistant. I think you can call to help you out during the battle. The roster of cameo fighters are not the same as the normal base roster. That is interesting. That's kind of like maybe like Marvel vs. Capcom, you know, and you press the button and they come in and they shoot and whatever, or they do something and they piss off. The same thing here potentially, right? That'll be kind of cool. Having said that, with Marvel vs. Capcom, you could play as those fighters, or maybe it's a bit like Super Smash when you can play as those like Waluigi. You can't play as him, but he can come in and fight for a bit and piss off. Good times. Waluigi should have been in Smash. To this day, I know that they're finished with the whole DLC for Super Smash, but it's still time. There's time to throw in Waluigi. What I'm guessing is for the next title that they do, it's going to be very much Super Smash. Waluigi has entered the battle. That is the way that they do the trailer. Simple as that. Absolutely. Lisa says the new move, the COVID-19. Stay over there. That's great, Lisa. I like that. Always nice to catch the stream, Sam. I love you. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for being here. Lou says, man, MK makes me wish I liked fighting games. I love fighting games, man. Definitely. But it's always been good to have a game that you have someone to play with on the couch. You know, like, yes, you can play online and all that kind of stuff. But Super Smash is the same. It's a very social thing. You know, it's one of those last games that is very co-op on the couch where it's very social. You want to be with someone, you want to beat them and then look them in the eye when they're angry. That's what you want. You do the fatality and you're like, yes, I destroyed you. I destroyed your soul. I Shang Tsung'd you. Very important. Can this be on YouTube? Josh says, I don't know, right? We're going to find out. So as you guys watch the show, it finishes at, let's just say, an hour in. 20 minutes pretty much on the dot. I always, if it does get demonetized, I get an email saying this video has been copyrighted or this video has been demonetized. Always 20 minutes after the show. So it's always that waiting game. It's like, okay, are we cool today or are we going to get destroyed today? You know? Very excited for that. I think it's going to be great. Last one was 2019, I think. 2019 was the last Mortal Kombat that we saw. And it's always quite a quick announcement to it coming out. I remember when Ed Boon announced it at, was it the video game? I don't know if it was the Video Game Awards. I can't remember. The Game Awards. Not sure, but I know it comes out relatively soon after that. A couple of months and boom, wham bam, thank you ma'am, it's out and people can play it. So very excited to see what that is. And I might review that. You know what? I have enough knowledge when it comes to Mortal Kombat. I played enough Mortal Kombat, I think, to have some sort of opinion on that. So I'll definitely review that. Some little headline. This insane Mortal Kombat 1 trailer might get me to pay money for this game again. What are you talking about? Mortal Kombat 11 was good. This guy has no idea what he's talking about, okay? Mortal Kombat was good. Mortal Kombat 10 was good. 11 was good. 9 was good. Like, they're all decent games. They're all fine games, you know. And when they come out, people enjoy them and they're reviewed relatively well. Like, all in all, they're good experiences. Mortal Kombat hasn't really ever fallen off. You know, it's still very part of the conversation, especially when a new one comes out. And I think that's hard to do. That's hard to do, to stay very much part of the conversation. And as I said in previous streams, definitely Street Fighter had its own battle when it came to Street Fighter 5. It came out, not a lot of people loved what they did there because it was a half-released game. The campaign came later, and it was a very lazy job, and people felt like they didn't get the full experience. Sure, very shorter for that. Josh says, yeah, it was the Game Awards. I thought so. Natsu, Switch 2, it's Luigi time. It's Morbius time, it's Waluigi time. The Ultimate Lease says they have a great system. They announce the game, spend like 4.5 months announcing the roster week after week to build hype, then release. It's really fun. Absolutely. I think it's a really good way of doing it. Like, the franchise is built to such a point, I think, with Mortal Kombat is they know the fans and they know the people that just don't like Mortal Kombat, right? They don't need to do many months of like leaks of little trailers and shit. They announce the game, everyone gets hyped, they show things consecutively, and then they just release. Absolutely. Wasn't expecting this to come to Switch. I did see that. And other news, this is going to be the second Switch game that's going to be $70 US from a third-party title. So you can expect that to be one hell of a price tag for a game that's going to look pretty shit on Switch. But it doesn't really matter when it comes to Switch and graphics, right? We know what we signed up for when we purchased the Switch. Now, this is the weirdest GIF I've ever seen in my life. I had to include this. Jim Ryan is reportedly focused on total mindshare after the Microsoft Activision business. Internal message from the PlayStation Showcase is to make a statement and make noise. So total mindshare is very much like when you think about something, like when you think of things getting delivered to your door, do you think Amazon? If you think fast food, do you think McDonald's? All right, that kind of thing. Mindshare is like, what do you think of when you think of that particular product? And PlayStation wants to be the thing you think about. We kind of already... No, that's not true. A lot of people still think of Xbox. Absolutely, right? But Jim Ryan is doubling down. He's seeing that Xbox is down for the count, and he's just like, all right, well, you know, another haymaker or two. Jim Ryan's going after the attack. And as we saw previously, of course, from that interview with Phil Spencer, he's down for the count too. He's not feeling good. But maybe we'll see. Josh says, can you smell what Jim is cooking? He's cooking some big fatalities. That's what he's doing, all right? He's looking for embarrassality. That's what he's looking to do. Mindshareality. That's what he wants to do. He wants to completely dominate the landscape. But I would say that PlayStation is slowly but surely definitely dominating the landscape. From the overall offering to where they are in the market, to the consoles being sold, to the premium product that now we associate with AAA first-party studios and games from PlayStation. They're definitely leading the charge, and there's no two ways about it, right? And Phil Spencer's also kind of admitted that, you know, he knows that they're in third place, which they are. Alicia Cook, love McDonald's. There we go. MW Dragon, I hear PlayStation, I hear censorship. I hear PlayStation, I hear poor Xbox. That's what I hear. Oh, mercy, isn't that sad? In other news, with an interesting ... from GameSpot, Xbox News might offer time slices of games or games with ads. So Sarah Bond, the corporate vice president for games at Xbox, was doing a little interview, and she was mentioning ways in which they can offer games. All right, it could be some, with Game Pass, of course. There's also the free-to-play section, but that includes some sort of ads in the middle. You can expect like maybe a game that you're playing and you're about to do a fatality, and it's like, before you get the fatality, McDonald's has a new crispy chicken McChicken. Check it out. Then you go back and then you can do your fatality. That could be the future. I remember when Street Fighter did something very similar where they had in-game ads, right? It's not the first game to do in-game ads. We've seen previous games also do in-game ads with, big boards while you're driving past showing certain ads and whatever. It's not the first to do it, but to stop a game entirely and say, hey, watch this ad for 30 seconds, then get back to the fun. I don't know how that'll go down. I really don't know how that'll go down, but that's interesting. It's interesting to see that they want to try different things. Xbox is just trying anything. They're like, how do we do this? How do we compete? For the love of God. All right. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just give games for free. Now, they didn't say they'll give games for free, but they did say some sort of structure, which they're not, of course, clear on, but we can expect something maybe with in-game ad slices. Certain games that have a certain portion, then you watch an ad, and then you can continue in the game. I think that's interesting, and I think, you know what, if I could play a game and I had to watch a 30-second ad every 15, 20 minutes, I'd be down for that. I'd be very down for that, you know? And I think people initially would be like, what the fuck is this? This is shit. And then if they got to play the game for free or at a very discounted price, and they got to experience something for let's just say for free, in every 20 minutes, you have to watch a little ad. A lot of people would jump on and a lot of people would play that. A lot of people would experience that or experience the game, especially for like indie titles or games that you would have never initially purchased. It's like Steam coming out with a 90-minute trial that they're doing with Dead Space. It's the same thing, that idea of getting people in with very minimal commitment or no commitment, like a trial. Games with ads would have no commitment, and games that would initially find it hard to hook people because they don't have, a strong brand in the market or people don't know what they are yet. That kind of can do a lot of powerful things, Speaking of fast food, I forgot about this. This is a good segue. Wendy's is planning to trial an AI chat box in place of human staff. You know what the problem with that is? Ever watched the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix? People are going to start falling in love in the drive-thru. They're going to be like, oh my God, you complete me. I don't want the Wendy's order. Can I just take this massive box away that's like taking my order? Interesting to see. You know what's good for that? Jobs. That's going to create jobs, right? Of course. Minimum wage people, they need AI to take their jobs away from them. That's the problem with AI, and I think I've touched on this before. The wave of AI that's going to be hitting every single industry, from the creative arts to, like film and television and art itself and music. But like minimum wage jobs also, man, they're going to be hit hard with this AI stuff. AI is going to be a huge wave, and it's going to revolutionize a lot of the ways that we do things. Starting with Wendy's, It's like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this box. It's like, sir, do you know this is a Wendy's? Good times. If there was anything like this in Sydney, I would absolutely record a segment of me trying to order something and maybe ask it some inappropriate things. Like, what time do you finish? What time do you get off? Maybe go there for some food at 2 a.m. being like, you up? Good times. Who knows what's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of stuff, I'm sure, a lot of stuff on the internet from people trying to order from Wendy's and ask all sorts of inappropriate questions. And we can show it on the show because you know what? It's not just gaming, it's AI too. Who knows? Josh says, it's stopping the game for an ad. It sounds like mobile gaming. Exactly right, Josh. It did say in the article that they were it was the same model of some sort of mobile game, which is never really great, right? People don't love when that happens. But I think that mobile gaming, when you're offered a free product, if they monetize it correctly with ads that are appropriate at certain times of the gameplay, I'm all for that, right? The developer has worked hard on a game, regardless if it's mobile. If it's not predatory monetization shit or gambling, they deserve to make money as a developer. I do think that. Fredo says, hello, fresh ad read while waiting in lobbies. Absolutely, all sorts of stuff like that, right? It's like UAV Online in COD. Before you can use it, did you know that Burger King has this new offer? The Spidey Burger. Come check it out. UAV Online now, you can use it. I thought her name was Wendy. Yeah, it is. Isn't it? Yeah. Wendy. Wendy the AI. Again, let's just see what the internet unveils from this. It'll be a dumpster fire at first, as all AI usually is with chatbox. You've seen the GPT for people talking with chat GPT and then asking it certain things, and it's been a huge meme. But I've enjoyed the meme with AI. Now this is just interesting. This is just like a little thing on the side where Dreamcast guy just said, "Man, what are we doing here?" This is just someone mentioning that I want to throw this in to roughly show you the times that we're going to be experiencing PlayStation. Right? PlayStation is going to be 60 plus minutes, where Xbox is going to be 90 minutes with 20 minutes of Starfield on top. And Dreamcast guy is ultimately saying this guy's reaching, right? And that's fine. But what's interesting here is how the hell is Xbox going to? How are they going to fill 90 minutes? How are they going to fill 90 minutes? It has to be so much stuff. So much third-party stuff. But you know what? It could be just like one game they show for 20 minutes. Another game they show for 30 minutes. And they're like, hey, we showed you so much today. This very well could be a very exciting time for Xbox. There's been a lot of studios that have been working on a hell of a lot of stuff. I want to know how they fill the 90 minutes. You know. But to say that there's any sort of, PlayStation has 60 minutes and Xbox has 90 minutes, so Xbox has the edge. That's nonsense, right? Because PlayStation could, of course, show 60 minutes of very high quality AAA first party experiences that we're all excited for, as well as other new stuff that we want to see, where Xbox is like, hey, you've never heard of this title before, but look at this for 15 minutes, you know? The quality has nothing to do, of course, with how long we're going to see the showcase. With another 20 minutes of Starfield, okay? So I'm going to be covering this live when we do see this. So I want to do Starfield. I want to see what this is going to be like. And if Starfield is good from the initial trailer or the initial gameplay that we see, then people are going to get hyped. I'm definitely going to get hyped. I'm definitely going to be in a space where I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, let's see what this is. As much as we love to rip on Xbox and love to rip on Bethesda, as I've said many times, if the game is good, if it looks good, if it looks promising, I'm not going to just jump on the bandwagon of like, Xbox sucks. It will cost me views though. Oh dear. Valve is being sued over Rumble tech found in the Steam Deck and Valve Index. Now, this is not the first time that Immersion has sued. So, Immersion is the company that has a certain Rumble technology. They're suing Valve. They've also sued Sony and Microsoft for apparently using that same technology. And after that, of course, those companies did get licensing agreements from Immersion's patent portfolio. But this is interesting, man. Look, Lord Gaben, he's a big dude in terms of the industry. I'm talking about the industry, okay? And I wonder if they're going to win this against Lord Gaben and Valve. It's hard though, right? Like when you do have a patent that does fundamentally change the experience for the gamer, of course, you're well entitled. You're very much entitled to keep that technology. But I wonder how this is going to go. You know, as I said, they have a history of suing other people before for their certain Rumble technology. I want to throw this in because anyone with a Steam Deck, I wonder if they'll just do some update saying, hey, we can't use that Rumble anymore. We're not paying for it. Fuck it. We'll just take it out. People can't buy a Steam Deck anyway. They're always sold out. We've made our quota. Just quick update. See you later. You can't use the Rumble. No, that won't happen. But that's interesting, I thought. In other news, which is kind of interesting, is I don't know if I covered this yesterday. Short-term memory loss. Okay, just call me Dory. Looks like GTA 6 could launch as early as next year. So Rockstar did say in a report, looking ahead, fiscal 2025 is a highly anticipated year for our company. For the last several years, we have been preparing our business to release an incredibly robust pipeline of projects that we believe will take our company to even greater levels of success. Think about Grand Theft Auto, right? It is the most successful game of all time, right? It is I can't think of, unless Minecraft is or whatever, but I'm pretty sure Grand Theft Auto still takes the title, right? So if it is going to be coming out between April 2024 and March 2025, this is going to make the entire industry stop and just be like, okay, cool, we have to play Grand Theft Auto 6. And as I said yesterday, or the day before, they are working on a 20-team development team are just working on surfing and water physics. They're going to be potentially throwing in surfing in here. Why play any other game? It's going to get to a point where you don't need to play a racing game. You don't need to play COD. You don't need to play anything. Or you don't need to play a surfing game. You don't need to play a skateboarding game. You just play Grand Theft Auto. It has it all in it. Very excited to see what they do here. Again, as I said before, I was a huge fan of Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. I didn't really jump into too much Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5, right? But this is a moment in gaming. Gotta jump in. Gotta play it. Gotta play it. So I thought of something else that was coming out. This was the announcement trailer for Trackmania, and I thought this actually looks kind of cool. Not that I'll probably not play it, but it does look cool. I wanted to throw it in. Oh, yeah. What I want to know is why the hell are they doing these competitive games in an F1 racer? You know what? It's kind of aesthetically, it's pretty cool. I'm just going to throw it out there. It is pretty damn cool. All right. If I was going to watch this event, so this has come out now on PlayStation. If you want to play it on PlayStation, you can. But I thought I like that. Aesthetically, they know what they're doing. Marketing-wise, they know what they're doing. This makes me interested to look at it, right? Not that I'd ever go to these events. Right? I'll be real with you. Would never go to these events. But looks kind of cool. So it's out now on PlayStation. For anyone that wants to play it, it is there for you. GTA, Akmal says, GTA in space so you don't need to play Starfield. Exactly right. All right, GTA, you can build things so you don't need to play Tears of the Kingdom. You know? GTA glitchy so you don't have to play Redfall. I mean, it's amazing. It's going to be just all-encompassing. Glitch mode, tick. Oh, cool, I can play Redfall right now. Awesome. I can play Fallout 76. This is great. Fly around as Iron Man and then the game just gets shut down. You know what game I'm talking about. Anthem. Good times, Anthem. A lot of memes with Anthem. Speaking of memes, breaking, Montana has officially banned TikTok in the entire state as the Republican government, Greg Gianforte, I think I said, I think it's the right way to say it, signed the measure this afternoon. So any company that is selling, any platform that is allowing you to download TikTok is $10,000 per day. Each infraction. So let's say 100 people each day, 1,000 people each day are downloading it from a certain platform. That's a lot of money. TikTok, man, I use a bit of TikTok on the occasion. It's funny, all right? I look at it for the memes, but of course, TikTok, there's a lot of people that don't like TikTok. They're worried about the spyware or whatever. So expect this to not be, maybe this is going to spread in different areas of the US, and maybe it'll be in Australia too. All you got to do is like download a proxy, right? Or like a NordVPN, you can still download it. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. What do you mean? Of course I'm from Beijing. What are you talking about? Leave me alone. I'm just looking at my TikTok. Leave me alone, government. How dare you? Now, I think this is a feel-good story, okay? So Sony unveils Access Controller, which is formerly known as Project Leonardo. I really love when they do this, right? I think this is a good thing to include, right? This is really good stuff. You know, accessibility is a big thing in gaming and allowing people to play in any way they can, in any way that they need to have different types of controls that they can experience games, right? So this is really great to see. Project Leonardo has now been officially shown. We can expect this sometime in the future. I actually don't know when this is actually coming out, but it will have a 3.5 auxiliary port, wide array of swappable buttons and stick caps so players can freely create different layouts. I mean, this is the thing, right? You know, for the average person, this is not going to be something that fundamentally changes their gaming experience, but this is going to be something that changes, you know, the gaming experience for a lot of people, you know. Xbox has also done their own thing too for accessibility, and they've been very hands-on in terms of making sure that their games, and PlayStation and a lot of games in general, doubling down on accessibility, making sure that it's very much part of their internal conversation and their development strategy. So I like that a lot. I think that's great, and I'm happy to see that happening. And, good to see you again, As long as GTA doesn't have weapon deterioration. Look, if you hit someone with a gun and then it breaks, I'm out. Okay? I'm out. Alexis says, I'm going to Australia next month. Is the spider situation really as bad as they say? Look, when you come to Australia, when we walk outside, we actually just have to wear full body hazmat suits. All right? Because the snakes and the sharks, see, you think the sharks are in the ocean, but really, they're driving cars and shit. They're vigilantes. Got to watch out for them. Crocodiles. We do have something called a cassowary. Now, a cassowary is the most dangerous bird in the world. It's kind of like a raptor. I'm not even joking right now. It's called a cassowary. It's probably as big as a small person. It's like, I think it can get to about 6 foot or 5'7" or so. Has a huge raptor claw, right? And what it does is it's very territorial. If you ever see it in the actual jungle, it's not good to see that, right? And it will try and slice your innards. It's not a good bird, the cassowary. Isn't that a really positive thing to include this in the show? So come to Australia, enjoy, give us some tourist dollars. It's all good. You'll have fun. Don't worry about it. The one Dashing Hot Dog says, the rust mechanic in Far Cry 2 was the GOAT. I actually didn't play Far Cry 2. But everyone loves degradation of weapons, right? It's just so much fun when that happens. Sam J says, I wish GTA level based, not open world like by objective, too much trouble for me. I liked driving around in GTA, having a good time. I think that's always fun. Speaking of driving around, not in a car, but on your little horse, Elden Ring surpasses, that's kind of a segue we got there. Elden Ring surpasses 20 million sales. 20 million sales. It took a long time to get there. Tears of the Kingdom already did 10 million sales in 3 days. Holy shit, man. That is massive. That is huge. But that's really good to see that Elden Ring has definitely now put Souls games on the map for a lot of casual gamers, if you know what I mean. And people that just wouldn't usually play Souls games, they definitely jumped in to see off the back of the huge hype of Elden Ring. And we are going to see the something of the Erd Tree. What was it called again? I'm live. Can't remember. Yeah. So we're going to see the DLC of Elden Ring, hopefully in the next year or so. God knows how long that's going to take. But Elden Ring is, I think, one of the greatest games I've ever played. It's definitely one of the greatest games of kind of the last 10 years. It's definitely the best Souls game. It improves on everything I think that the previous Souls did. Sekiro is up there in terms of one of the greatest Souls games I've ever played also, but it wasn't a strictly Souls game, right? It's only until later on that you can kind of level up and power up with certain items. But Elden Ring, man, absolutely awesome. Shadow of the Erd Tree. There we go, Akmal. Thanks so much. Natsu says, if monsters become real, it starts from Australia. Well, we do have some crazy evil creatures here. I think that we have the most dangerous snake. We have the brown snake. We have the trouser snake. We have the redback. We have a big-ass crocodile. We have the great white shark, but that's not just here. It's also in South Africa and stuff like that. Certain parts of the world definitely have the great white. Yeah, so just be prepared, okay? We have a few things here that are quite evil. Quite evil indeed. Okay. Speaking of evil, these segues are just getting worse and worse. Squid Game reality TV show will premiere in November. So as you guys know, the Squid Game was pretty much the biggest phenomenon that I can think of on Netflix, right? Everybody watched it, or most people watched it. And it was a really good show, right? It was a really good international show that got a lot of people on board with watching different types of stuff on Netflix. I think that any sort of reality TV show, this is also going to be playing, there's 456 people playing for a total to compete to win $4.56 million. I think that's going to be very interesting to see what they do here. And I'm all for, as long as they kind of are all safe, which I actually think, if I remember correctly, I did see something several months ago of people complaining about when they were filming Squid Game, the reality TV show, that it wasn't very safe. There was a few things in Squid Game while they were filming that people felt like it was a little bit dangerous. I'm excited to see what they do here, and if this is really successful, we may see a succession of other seasons off the back of this. Speaking of Succession, we have 2 more episodes until the finale of Succession. Who is watching that? Who loves Cousin Greg? Everybody does. So a lot of good TV shows clearly at the moment. We've got Succession, we've got Squid Game, we've got the Halo TV show. Everyone loves that, you know. Avlata says, Elden Ring kinda stale by the time I entered the capital. Nah, man, what are you talking about? I was getting good at the capital. That's when you're finding your feet. Man, remember that hard boss before you get into the capital, the one on the horse? Jesus Christ, that was tough. Very, very difficult. Sanjay says, what game should be made or should they continue? D-host. Oh, which I mean, okay. I'm the D-host, am I? What game should be made? Well, Soul Reaver. Okay, Legacy of Kain. We got to see that again. Jet Set Radio Future. Would love to see that. Redfall 2. Fallout 77. We all want to see that. Anthem Next 2.0. We want to see that. Look, we just want to see so many amazing titles. You know, we want to see Knack 3. What I'd like to see, I'd like to see a new Fight Night. I know that's kind of like smallish, but like Fight Night Round 3 was like, oh my God, I love that game. And I know they made Fight Night Champions and whatever, but I really loved Fight Night 3. I'd love to see that kind of game come out again, and EA double down on the whole boxing thing. I think it's great. I think a lot of people love that. It scored very well. It definitely had... I remember when I first saw on the Xbox 360, when I was in Harvey Norman in Australia, they have Harvey Norman. I'm not sure if they have that in other parts of the world. But I remember seeing the graphics on Xbox 360 of Fight Night Round 3 on one of those things where you could play it back in like stores and stuff. And I was like, holy shit, man, we are getting close to realistic. Now it looks like total garbage. But back then, man, it was so incredible. Fight Night Round 3, man. Awesome. Cyberpunk 2070. Cyberpunk 76. We want to see that too. We do have Cyberpunk's... so what was that one called also? The DLC. I can't remember that now. But we're also expecting that sometime soon too. That'll be amazing. I liked Cyberpunk 2077. I think it was really good. You know, yes, the bugginess was shit, but it was ambitious. Creatively, they were trying to do a lot of things. And if you take the bugs away, I still think it's a very competent game. Aesthetically, it looks incredible. And all in all, it was a very good part of the previous generation. It just didn't land as well as they wanted. You know? Night City, that's right. Something about Night City. Night City, whatever. That's the DLC. What else is happening in the world of gaming? YouTube plans to introduce unskippable 30-second ads when watching content. What's that? That's terrible. You telling me that YouTubers are going to make more money from people watching? That's terrible. Then I'll make 1 billion for fillion shabadibadoo million yen. Yeah, boo. People aren't going to be happy about this. Unskippable 30-second ads. Well, this is the thing, right? If you want to watch a meme that's like 40 seconds long, you're going to watch a 30-second unskippable ad to watch a 40-second meme? That can happen, right? Who knows what's going to happen? But I pay for YouTube Premium because I'm rich. Not really. God, $15 a month, it stings. Stings for me. But Phantom Liberty or something, is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called, right? Solid copy, who knows? But YouTube, expect the unskippable 30-second ads. It's coming, and not a lot of people are going to be happy about it. It may maybe push some people to do the whole premium thing. But there's going to be a lot of disgruntled people that just want to watch a minute video on YouTube, and 50% of that video is going to be an ad. Good times. Good times. All right. Now, this is actually quite the lengthy trailer, but I want to watch this, right? This is Lords of Fallen. It's going to be a predecessor of 2014, like it's like a Souls-like action RPG. Let's watch it together.
Mornstead has fallen, its great army decimated by the legions of Adir, the demon god. But one light still flickers in the ever-growing gloom, the light of the Dark Crusader.
I might show you just the end actually when we start seeing some gameplay. Demonetized.
Reignite the blessed beacons of Mornstead and thwart Adir's cataclysmic resurrection.
Looks pretty freaking sick, man. I didn't show you enough. Well, you guys get the idea. Look, I think that looks kind of cool. I haven't really played a lot of Souls games outside of Souls. I mean, like Hollow Knight is Souls. I mean, you can say that's Souls, right? That's definitely Souls-ish. I haven't played a lot of Souls games outside of Souls. So this looks really cool. I really, really want to play this. And what was the other one that looked like Bloodborne? Jamie, pull that up. Let me know in the chat. What is that called again? Definitely want to play that one too. That looks sick. Because if we're not going to get a Bloodborne 2, if we're not going to get a Bloodborne... Bloodborne. Plenty of that. Rule 34. If we're not going to get a Bloodborne on, PC or a 60 FPS or some sort of remaster, then we want to see whatever that game is called, right? Game Addict says, last game just crashed a lot. People thought it was due to de novo, but who knows? Look, I want to see what this game is going to be, right? I mean, anything that has a very competent ability to compete with Souls, I'm interested in. Absolutely interested in. And as you guys probably saw from the last few streams, Silk Song has been delayed for Hollow Knight. I loved Hollow Knight. Oh my god, I loved Hollow Knight. Played the hell out of that. That was one of the best 2D experiences I think I've ever had. I would say that was better than Metroid Dread for me. I know, different game, right? I know, Metroidvania, very different. But it had Metroidvania elements with Hollow Knight, right? But, man, Hollow Knight was just such a, awesome. Team Cherry did an incredible job there. And very excited to see whatever this game is. Because, hey, if it reviews well, I will absolutely pick this up and I will play this. Hands down. Bit faster than all other Souls games. Lies of Pi. That's the one, CJ. Thanks so much. Game Addict has to be able to run to do that, though. Well, I mean, the thing about you're talking about Bloodborne. Look, we want to see some Bloodborne in any capacity we can. Lastly, before we finish up, folks, appreciate you being here. Legend of Zelda developers are interested in a movie after Super Mario Bros. Movie success. Here's the thing: we've never heard Link talk. Now we've heard Mario say, you know, "It's me, Mario," but we have never heard Link talk. So is Chris Pratt going to be the voice of Link? I mean, if he is, that's okay. I mean, he's done it with Mario. He can probably do it again. But the question is it going to be... I don't know who's going to be, right? But if they're going to do it, it can't be so like light and happy and fun. It can't be so comedic. I think a Legend of Zelda movie would have to have a bit more elements of darkness. Like a Metroid movie would be relatively dark, right? It would be pretty dark. I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah. And before we finish up oh no, am I fucking this up? Am I fucking this? Okay, good. I don't know if you saw this. Okay, in the corner. So, is this the AI game? Is this real or not? Because there is a hashtag there. Did the hashtag say AI photography or did it say New York City photography? Which one was it? AI game. Interesting today. So, guys, is this real or is this AI? I thought this was an interesting one because partly some people will think this is AI because, come on, the guy has so many cameras on the back. Or maybe someone's just creatively trying to create something that looks a little bit weird, right? A cameraman with multiple cameras on the back of him. Is it real or is it fake? I'll leave it with you guys. Have a think. Maybe, you know what? It's clearly AI, guys. Come on. Like, it's just as if someone's going to put a backpack on with multiple cameras. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's clearly AI. Right? Leave it with you. I'm looking forward to the day when we start seeing a theme park in Zelda. That's going to be happening. Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, someone's already made one bit of the theme park. I want to see more and more of this. Now, this is going to be something I think if I can find more and more different types of theme parks that are built in Tears of the Kingdom, I will definitely show it on the show. It's very important for you guys to see Tears of the Kingdom theme park. It's not just about saving Zelda and killing Ganon. It's about what kind of cool and wonderful and weird shit you can make. Swath says real. Grant says AI. Alicia Cook says AI. Drippy says AI. Okay. Akmal says real. The hand isn't effed up. Oh, that's a good one, Akmal. Okay. The hand may have given it away, potentially. Is it AI or is it real? All right. And before we go to that, what the hell is going on here? I don't know what this is. Please comment section. What the hell is going on in this video? Because I have no idea. This feels like a boss fight in Dark Souls about to emerge. What is that? What the fuck is that? Let's watch that one more time.
That was one. I think there's 20 of them.
What in the world is that?
Yeah.
I thought
That was one.
that there's a submarine under here. Is that stupid? I thought this is a submarine because you can see the propellers. Right? Is it like a, you know, like it's getting to, and then see the propeller thing? That doesn't make sense though, right? I don't know what that is. That is so weird. Fishes? It could be fishes. Synchronized dancing with alligators. That only happens in Australia though. That is a complete nightmare. Absolutely. That would terrify me. If I saw that, that would legitimately terrify me. If I'd either being probed by aliens in a very, very quick time, or something's happening. Is it a croc? Is it a plane? Is it weird? I don't know. Guys, to finish up, is this AI? Now, guys, I've included too much AI, so I wasn't going to do that again, right? So this is AI, everybody. This is AI. This is one of the best AIs I've ever seen, actually. In one of the captions, he says that this is AI. AI-generated image. So, man, this is incredible, man. This does look real, doesn't it? It does look real. Yeah, so guys, this is not real. Sorry, this is AI. AI today. Did I say real or AI? I think I was just too excited then. This is AI. This is not real. The cameras looked real enough for me. The hand, see, if you can see, the hand has no finger. So unless, unless there's someone that had, something happen, or I thought we'll put this in because AI definitely has a problem with fingers. So that was the clue. That was the clue there. There's just no finger there, right? That doesn't mean that anyone that doesn't have fingers, you see someone on the street, hey, you're AI. Where's your finger? What the hell? But no, that is an AI generated image. And I reckon that's the best AI generated image we have seen on this channel. Honestly, if I saw this and I didn't see that they were AI. He's got like $500,000 worth of camera lenses. That is so true. That in itself could have been, the giveaway. But that was a really big show. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. Thank you very much for the members and also for the super chats. I appreciate you guys. See you guys maybe tomorrow if there's news. If not, I'll see you Friday. Have a wonderful evening, day, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys next time. Laymen out.